Still morning, so good morning, everyone. I'll just open up for questions. Yeah, be good. Okay, fire away.
This is the first time you guys have done anything practice-wise over there this
Yeah.
preseason?
Yeah.
From the heat or...
Yeah, Trent Carter, our, head athletic trainer for football, we go by what he recommends and where it's at, and we know it's going to be a hot one today. And so we split it up, did, probably the first third or so out there, and then transitioned in because got to play in it sometime. But yet, when it's going to start reaching probably where it's starting to hit right now, we want to make sure we're keeping guys safe. We've done a really good job just on that of, we do a lot of hydration testing here, and checking where they're at, and really trying to emphasize with it. And we've made great gains with that, and again reducing cramping and things like that.
So you guys are about a week into camp.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like you've come along?
I'm really pleased. We still, and I say a long way to go getting things installed and learning. But I think I'm really proud of the guys of the way they've handled a new style, I guess, of practice format, and how we go about it, our expectations. You see them trying. And I say effort in a lot of things, but effort in being coachable and going to this. I think they've embraced the format of time on the field, maybe versus what they had done maybe here recently. And, they're seeing the benefits of the day and hopefully how it's helping their bodies as they go through a camp.
Is there any group that stood out to you as far as maybe like, hey, this group might be a strength for us?
I'm not quite ready there to see all of that. I think as we watch, some of the things we did today, I think things will evolve. I do like where we're at holistically in competition. And, I'm always, you'll find as we do these things together, I'm very hesitant at times to say one side versus the other, because it always, to me, it's also what is the experience of the side that they're going against, okay? If experienced at receiver and you're inexperienced at defensive back, and sometimes you can get a misread or vice versa about how good that group is. So I try to stay as neutral through this as I can. Are you doing really well offensively, or are you really young, on the other side? So I don't know. That's not a real good answer, but it's probably the way I approach it all the time.
Is there any areas where you feel like, hey, we really need to improve up, we really need to shore up this particular thing?
Well, there's a lot of areas that we have to shore up, and so to be successful. And I think everything in my mind and I'm not picking out a group, but up front on both sides of the ball, we have to be better. We have to be better to be able to establish a running game. We have to be better at protecting the quarterback, and that is a heavy emphasis. And I say that's tight ends and running backs included, to make us and find five guys that are going to work really well together and give us a chance. And then couple that with our quarterback play. And I'm not ready to make any real comments about where that is lining up right now, but whoever that is, making good decisions. Our accuracy has to continue to get better as well as we go to get us going. But I think everything starts up front, and I think you win championships up front on both sides of the ball. So, and then defensively, we got to be able to stop the run better, okay, and give us a chance to be in normal down and distances as we go. Now, that's a work in progress, as they both are, and we'll see those things and keep working on that through camp.
With the quarterbacks, how do you handle the reps to get the looks that you need?
Jim Zabrowski handles that. We do rep counts. We're working, and that's one thing as we continue. Things will slowly start coming together of who they're working with at time to get our timing, and those are always a balancing act of issues when you're trying to, especially when you have three. A lot of times you have, three guys are battling a little bit right now, and a lot of times it's a two-man battle. You got to find those reps, and that's a juggling act. But again, our huddle system and rep system, we're getting the same amount of reps, okay? And we're not on the field quite as long. We've had off-field personnel that chart reps after practice and said that we get the same amount of team reps that was done here before, just in a lot shorter time. So the evaluation of getting those reps and get them counted, whether it be one-on-one, 7-on-7 or team reps are all charted and calculated and graded by Jim Zabrowski.
Hey Liz, coaches don't want to make excuses, but the reality is you might be the latest Power 5 that coach has ever taken over a new program. Has this been the biggest challenge you've ever faced in a fall camp in your coaching career?
I don't know. I don't look at it that way. I've never took time to think of it. It's most unique, that's for sure. Yeah, what you're saying, and like I said, there's only one other coach right now that's started later than me, and that's the guy that replaced me. So I mean, it is unique, and it's unique under the circumstances. But nobody we line up against is going to feel sorry for us, and so we got to find a way to go. As I think I've said this earlier, is maybe hopefully in some small ways my years at Division III coaching is going to pay dividends, because you don't get spring football, and you got to find ways to do other things, and we've got to do a good job as coaches to maybe limit what we do early, or find ways that we're able to not overload our guys and give them a best chance to especially to win and win early.
Lance, you guys, I've heard a lot of talk of being more physical. Were you sensing that?
More physical, John. Yeah, it's hard to, for me to get. I always try to say this too. What can appear, you weren't there when it was actually happening and kind of seeing it, but I like where it's trending, and we're trying to be physical. We're trying to give a guys, again, don't have a ton in that way, and we're going to find some things for these guys to grasp up front so they can communicate the right way and feel confident in what they're doing. But yeah, we're, compared to other times, yeah, I'm pleased where we're at right now. Mike, the great thing about Mike is how steady he is just in his approach each and every day, and his positive energy that he always brings. And, he just takes what he's doing and just put it in a different location. That's how he approaches it. He hasn't flinched 1 second about, being in a different area, blocking bigger guys on a daily basis. And I think the other part is, and I've heard this from some of the guys, Malik Clark being one of them, about his ability to teach and help the other guys out as quickly as he has, but also in a good, humble teammate way. That's what I love about the guy. I think he can. When that'll be in his career, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I think his work ethic, the way he goes about it, his personality, from what I see, he's a great teammate. And I think that's one that the other guys have learned to embrace pretty quickly, yeah.
You've had a couple of key guys in Belton Gardner and Steve Parker who've been out. Do you have a expectation when they might be back?
Yeah, I have not been told yet from our medical staff when they will. I hope it'll be soon here, and want to get them back and get them going.
Anything else for Coach?
Good.
Lance is a technical one. You guys had so much success with wide zone and Leipold Aug. Can you just tell me what you like about that?
Well, it gets people, we're getting the defense running. We got to get movement. You create lanes that way. So you build a lot of things off of that. So it's definitely going to be a staple. I mean, I don't think that's going to be a secret, but we got to be able to do other things with it. But yeah, and I think Andy and really our outside zone game really went to a different level when Scott Fuchs arrived as our offensive line coach. And you watch Scott's background, whether it be at North Dakota State or Wyoming, his ability to develop lines, and way back to the days of we worked together in Omaha. I think he does an outstanding job. He's an excellent teacher, and I think our guys have really taken to him.
What's the teaching process like for that? Because there's a lot of guys who obviously have not played that before.
Yeah. Well, again, it's just understanding. There's some footwork things that he does maybe a little differently, and again, getting him out to have confidence to get on. Trusting the guy next to him, be on the same page of things, get him moving, but. Again, I think rotating a lot of backs and things, it'll eventually clear itself up of confidence of, it's not just the line that makes that go. It's the back. It's the back taking the ball up to the heels of the lineman and trusting and knowing that a play like that is it's moving and where you think it's going to hit and is probably not where it's going to hit when you get the ball at 5+ yards deep by the time you get to a yard from the offensive lineman. So you got to trust it. You got to have great eyes, and you got to have a burst then to take the crease when you get it.
Yeah, I apologize if I asked this, but do you have a sense of the vaccination rate on your team and kind of where you stand?
No, I don't. Right now, we're doing pretty well, though. I'm pleased. Again, that'll be more administratively to share what information we have, but been very pleased with where we're at right now, and obviously not just within college football, but within our campus and county and states. It's a changing thing right now, and again, our precautions are always to keep our players safe and healthy.